and taking it past midfield and down the sideline he goes. This is storybook. An opening kickoff return for Damar Hamlin.
2nd and 17. Hamlin has time. Intercepted. Sauce Gardner's got it.
And the Kansas City Chiefs have won Super Bowl 57.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Sportorium podcast. Today, we are continuing with our prospect rankings, going over the top 5 receivers. So, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, make sure you follow us. Keep up to date with the NFL with us. All right, let's get right into it. So, at my number 5, I have Josh Downs, receiver out of UNC.
Okay.
Now, Josh Downs is electric, but Josh Downs is very, very small. And you'll see we've seen what this class is. You're getting a bunch of slot receivers. This is just another one added to the mix. You can't put him on the outside. He is a pure slot receiver, but he is just electric with the ball in his hands. He's actually like surprisingly good with contested catches. I think it's like, I forgot what the exact stat is, but like he's better at contested catches than the guys like Quentin Johnston, who we will talk about in a little bit. But Josh Downs, I could maybe sneak into the first. I doubt it because I don't think that the receiver is going to go as high as we think. I think they're going to slide a bit. So I think Josh Downs will be a second rounder. But, I mean, good testing numbers. But he's 5'9", 170. That is a small receiver who is stuck in the slot. You cannot put him on the outside. He can maybe return kicks and punts and stuff like that. He can maybe be like a little gadget guy. But I think Josh Downs is very, very good. He's just very, very small.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, and then moving to my number 4, Quentin Johnston. I've seen him as people's wide receiver ones, but there are I have my concerns with old Quentin Johnston. Obviously, he is a big body, but
6'4", 208.
Yeah, he's a big boy, but
yeah,
you'd want he's really not good with contested catches. Like Josh Downs is literally a better contested catcher than him. Quentin Johnston, to me, I think like the perfect player comp for him is like a mix of Laviska Shenault and Gabe Davis, because Quentin Johnston is a body catcher. Like he has good hands, but most of the time he's trying to body catch, and it's very frustrating. But crazy vertical, crazy broad jump, obviously pretty good production. He's awesome after the catch, 100%. That's probably like his biggest strong suit, other than just his body being huge. But he's got a decent catch radius. It's just he tends to body catch, and it angers me. And he's limited route tree. Not the perfect prospect. Obviously, he has the size to be like an outside X for your team, but I don't think he's going to develop into that personally.
He's also just a freak athlete. So his catch radius is nuts. His body control is great. So I don't know. I have him at number 2.
And I don't hate that. I definitely don't.
Well, a lot of people have him at 1. I can't put him at 1. I think that's crazy.
Yeah. I've seen too much of Gabe Davis, I think, to just get past the fact that if you're a body catcher, that's not changing. Yeah. You're not going to just like develop the tendency to try to like catch the ball like an actual receiver. But after the catch, he's great. I could see him going in the first. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in the second. But I don't know. I'm not really too sold on Quentin Johnston. He's not like – he's a freak athlete above all. He kind of reminds me of like what an Anthony Richardson is. Like you have to take into account so much more, but he is a freak athlete at the end of the day. So he could develop into someone crazy.
He can, for sure. But definitely not number 1.
Yes. So. And then my number 3, I have Zay Flowers, another guy, strictly slot. Small dude, but he is insane with the ball in his hands. He's a great route runner. He's quick. He's fast. He is awesome. I really like Zay Flowers, but like we were just talking about with Josh Downs, he's small. He is strictly slot. You could throw him with punt return, kick return, and everything. And he put on a little bit of weight. He ended up weighing like 182 at the combine, and you saw like pictures. Like he actually looked a little bulkier, but he's 5'9". He's a small dude.
He is a good deep threat, though.
He is. He definitely is.
So
because he is fast. I mean, he ran a 4.42, which isn't crazy, but it's a good time, and his game speed is much better than that.
Yeah.
But
he might be the best separator in the draft. So he is just very quick.
He's definitely very quick. I think that his route running, he kind of like, I don't know. I don't really have a problem with his route running. I think he is a very good route runner, but after the catch is like the main thing that it's weird. You know how like Kadarius Toney, where he just like cuts on a dime and just you don't understand how his legs don't just snap.
Yeah,
I see that with Zay Flowers, and
right.
He's just electric. It's just that he is so small.
Yeah,
and he's strictly a slot receiver. But I could see teams getting creative with him in ways that they use him.
Mm-hmm.
And now my number 2, who was my number 1 for a little bit, very big fan of him, Jordan Addison. I think Jordan Addison is the best pure route runner in the class. He has been elite production in a multitude of ways. At Pitt, he was primarily an outside receiver. Then he goes to USC. He's used a lot more in the slot, and he excelled in both situations. He was battling an injury this year and everything, so he had good production. I think he had like 830 something yards compared to like with Pitt. He won the Biletnikoff. Clearly had a better year with Pitt, but another dude that he's small. He has a smaller frame. He's 5'11", 173 at the combine.
Yeah.
He's just his route running is just insane. He is such a good route runner on all levels. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about JSN in a sec, but Jordan Addison, you could line up in the slot. He could be your short, intermediate dude. You could line him up on the outside, and he could run like a crispy route downfield. Like literally every single position of the field, he is winning somewhere. Mm-hmm. I think he's the best pure route runner.
I agree. He creates great separation. He can run any route, and he's fantastic at highly contested catches. So,
and he's also pretty good for a small dude after the catch.
Yeah,
a lot of the dudes that are like that. There's a lot of dudes after the catch that are good, but he's like Zay Flowers. I would probably say is better after the catch, but Jordan Addison is like sneaky good after the catch. Like he'll make a guy miss or two.
True.
But yeah, I think that Addison, he was my number 1 for a while, but then
same here.
Yeah, you look at the numbers from the combine though, and it was just not great. Ran a 4.49. One of the main things is like, he has this like blazing speed that he could just beat you deep, and then he runs a 4.49. Was not great. The vert 34-inch, not great. Broad jump was all right. Not a good testing day for him. Absolutely.
No, it really wasn't.
No, it was actually quite upsetting, but might work in my favor because I really want Jordan Addison. I think he's a perfect fit for the Bills, but
I'll pass on that one.
We'll see.
I think we mocked him to the Bills, right?
We did. That was my pick.
Yeah.
That's probably my dream pick.
All right. I mean, you usually get your pick.
I've literally never gotten my pick. I don't know what you mean.
I mean, you wanted Brees last year. That didn't happen, so you got James Cook.
Oh, well, yeah. We're talking about the second round. I'm talking about a first rounder, though. I've never gotten a first rounder I wanted. Last year, Kair Elam didn't want him. I wanted McDuffie, and the Chiefs traded up over him. The year before, did not want Greg Rousseau. Got Greg Rousseau. The only one that I guess was Ed Oliver, but that was just because everybody knew that was going to happen if he fell.
Yeah, I guess
so. He was not. I wanted Josh Allen, actually.
Mm-mm.
No. I mean,
wrong Josh Allen.
Josh Allen over.
Because I know you wanted Josh Rosen over Josh Allen. I did want Josh
Rosen. Yeah, no, I've never gotten my way, so I'm not getting Jordan Addison.
Yeah, you'll get Jordan Addison this year.
I highly doubt it, but he's a great prospect. First rounder should be. But
agreed.
Leading to my wide receiver 1, Jaxon Smith-Njigba in 2021. Insane production, especially as the other two guys are NFL stars, basically.
Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, they literally said that he was the best receiver on the team.
Yes, that is true.
Yep.
And then you look at this year, banged up the whole entire year, did nothing. Which is a very real concern. Like he could just be injury prone because it was like recurring injuries. It wasn't like this. He just had one bad injury and just like had to get past that. Like there were multiple things. So injury concerns are real, but he is the best short to intermediate route runner in this class. His lateral movement is just insane. Like his 3-cone drill and 20-yard shuttle, like insane numbers. Clearly he does not have the breakaway speed. I forgot what he ran at his pro day, maybe like a
4.52.
4.52, which is not even bad. No. But like you see on tape, he's not really great after the catch because he just doesn't have that great speed. But he is like, I don't understand a world in which he fails. I think that he is just coming into
just
the league.
Injuries.
Injuries would probably be the
That's
only
it.
thing.
Yeah.
He's amazing route runner, and he really knows how to get like in like zone coverage. He knows the soft spots, and he's not afraid to make a contested catch in traffic in the middle of the field. I think that he is a perfect slot receiver. He reminds me a lot of like, not as a player, but just like style of play, like Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley made like these, and like there's 3 dudes on him, and he just snags a ball.
True.
And purely slot, like he's not gonna see the outside ever. But
I mean, he's 6'1".
yeah,
No,
he's
not
big, but
that tiny.
He doesn't have like the like explosiveness, the get off to win on the outside consistently.
I guess
He's just got like the lateralness, which is perfect for a slot receiver.
Yeah, and he really doesn't drop passes too. That's another good thing about him.
He's got some pretty sure hands.
Yeah,
he got a pretty good catch radius for what it is.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think he's just a perfect slot receiver, and
right.
I could see him going. I've seen a lot of mocks where he goes number 12 of the Texans. I think that might be a little rich for a receiver at all. I don't think this receiver class is crazy. I think it's more like depth good rather than high-end talent-wise good. Not to say that Jordan Addison or Quentin Johnston, JSN or Zay Flowers aren't high-end receivers, because I think they could all succeed. But, I mean, he's strictly a slot receiver. You're really going to draft strictly a slot receiver at number 12? I don't know.
I get what you're saying. It's definitely on the weaker side. So who are your top 5? You had JSN, Jordan Addison.
Number 1, Jordan Addison, then Zay Flowers, then Quentin Johnston, then Josh Downs.
All right. So my order is JSN, Quentin Johnston, Jordan Addison. My number 5 was Zay Flowers, but my number 4, which surprising, he's actually in your building, is Jalen Hyatt.
Yep.
6 foot, 180. He ran a 4.40. The kid's just fast, and I'm sure you saw that firsthand. He's fast. He has game-breaking speed. He's probably the best deep threat in the draft. So,
yeah,
and that's
my knocks on him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a first rounder, and I think he probably deserves to be. Insane production in the SEC, but like we were just talking about with Hendon Hooker last episode, it was in a system where you're open. Clearly, you're getting open, but it's also like, is he a one-trick pony? Can he consistently win with short routes or intermediate routes? Is it just he just needs to run straight and win every time? And another guy that played a lot in the slot, I think he could be fine on the outside, though. But I don't think he's that great of a route runner. I don't really think he's that great out of breaks and stuff. Those are my concerns. That's why I don't have him in my top 5. And he's also like, he's skinny.
Yeah, no, he's a little small, but at the same time,
yeah,
I don't care.
Through contact, you could definitely like take him away, like a handsy corner, press coverage. He's probably not doing anything. If he gets off the line, he's gonna burn you.
Is he? He's quick off the line.
Yeah, I see him as like a kind of like an MVS where you're not consistently winning unless it's deep. I don't know.
What about like a Will Fuller?
I think Will Fuller is an awesome comp for him, because Will Fuller was very good, but Will Fuller was a deep threat.
Yeah, always.
Strictly.
That's all he really was.
Exactly.
So, and it worked a lot.
It did. If you put Jalen Hyatt on, let's say he goes to the Bills, because the Bills love production. Jalen Hyatt has elite production. Let's say he goes to the Bills. He's probably going to succeed. You have a big arm quarterback who likes to throw the ball downfield, and a guy who wins downfield. I think that's awesome. I think that would be a perfect scenario for him. But if you're expecting him to be like a number 1 or even like just a number 2 and consistently win in multiple ways, I don't think that's going to happen. It's kind of like, not that he's a Gabe Davis, and not that I have to relate everything back to the Bills, but I am.
No,
Gabe Davis is, well, no, but Gabe Davis is not consistently winning on short or intermediate routes. Sometimes he does, 100%. But primarily, when he's making his big plays, he's open downfield, or he's making Josh Allen is putting a insane throw in his hands, and he's dropping it to lose the game against the Jets.
True, very true.
Yes.
Yeah. Except Gabe Davis sucks, and Jalen Hyatt would run circles around him. So,
well, I don't think that's the case, but
all right.
it's also like, yeah, Jalen Hyatt's main thing is his speed, and then he ran a 4.4. Like that's not game-breaking speed. Clearly, he had better
I
tape
know.
than
In the
than
game,
his
it's
testing.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but at the same time, that's like not game-breaking speed, so it's weird.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna run like a 4.29 or something, but
Yeah.
he tested pretty good though.
He just has to put on weight.
Yep, definitely.
So,
And then some guys that we didn't talk about that I do want to point out: Tank Dell, small, extremely small, very, very tiny. I'm going to emphasize a little bit. Small. He's 5'8", 165. He is a tiny man.
very tiny.
But he is another guy kind of like a Zay Flowers or Josh Downs, electric.
Mm-hmm.
Great route runner, maybe the best route runner in the class. Very good, slippery after the catch, but purely slot, purely return man. Not going to win on the outside consistently because he's so small.
Yeah, he's just very tiny.
He's just so small. If he was 5'10", 178, he's a first rounder. Just the way that he moves is ridiculous. And he didn't even run a fast 40. He ran a 4.49. But
yeah,
just suddenness, burst with him. The same with like Josh Downs. I think they're very comparable, Josh Downs and Tank Dell. But Tank Dell is just so small.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that are like this.
Yeah.
And then another dude that I want to point out, Cedric Tillman, who I think could get drafted a lot higher than people think because he's one of the few guys in this class that is like has prototypical like X size that you could actually put on the outside.
Yeah, 6'3". He's
6'3", 213, big boy, and he's very good. He's not like a consistently good route runner. He's good with contested catches. He could win deep. He could win short. I think that he's gonna get drafted probably in the second.
Yeah.
He was also hurt this year.
I don't think he goes to the third, right?
I mean, I doubt it just because like you look at this receiver class, there's nobody really like Cedric Tillman. There's like Quentin Johnston, who's big, who could be like an outside guy, but everybody else is like almost strictly a slot guy around his like area of where he would be drafted, I think.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of slot guys. And then last one I'm going to point out is Kayshon Boutte, who is an absolute wild card, who had elite production a year ago. And then this year he just did nothing. He like quit on the team halfway through. Then he came back and was actually doing well. So he could become what he was, maybe. If he does, then he's going to be a steal in like the third or fourth round, maybe even later. A lot of depth, though. There are some good guys. I don't want to go through every single name, but like Jonathan Mingo out of Ole Miss, I like a lot. Just spoke about Tank Dell and Tillman and everything. And you guys like Marvin Mims, another just pure slot guy. Michael Wilson, I actually like a lot, but he's got injury concerns. There's just a lot of guys everywhere that you could probably find some contributors later in the draft. So I really don't know how this class is going to go. I don't know if they're going to get drafted high. I don't know if they're all going to fall.
Yeah. Should be interesting.
I know a lot of teams like only see JSN as a first rounder. So really, where are they going to get drafted? Like, I actually don't know. It's very hard to mock them.
Yeah. I mean, the other positions out there, they're just so much better.
Yeah.
So.
And higher end talent.
Yeah.
But it's a good class, though. There's a lot of prospects that I do like. A lot that had some very good production. Lots that have not had good production, but have good tools.
Yeah. Can't wait to see.
Yeah. So those are our top 5. Next, we're going to go over running backs in next episode. So make sure you follow us Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time.